Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is where I would insert my branding shtick whenever I figure that out, but we're still working on it. In the meantime, I do want to give a shout out to the audience that I have gathered from just this one video that I've had out so far. Really appreciate the outpouring of support.
Thank you. You love me.
Now, I am working on my next essay, and it's going to be a bit of a doozy. I just have a lot to say. In the meantime, a lot of you will have reached out asking how you can run your own events and organizations equitably and avoid a lot of the pitfalls that I talked about in my previous video. Right now, there are a lot of new collectives and organizations that are starting up as people are resetting and rebuilding within the realm of, well, everything that's going on here. There's a real need for models that respect labor and ensure fair play. This is a profit-sharing model that can help out small, scrappy collectives and larger, more established event organizers in order to make things more fair, more equitable, more transparent. This model is called Overt Ops. Now, the problem with the status quo is that there are way too many organizers of paid events who are relying on volunteer labor or paying an exposure. You can't eat exposure. You can't eat exposure. Flow dancers, live painters, ticket takers, even people running power cables before the event. All of them are working, but a lot of times they're working for free or just for tips, especially at these little ragtag underground scene kinds of things. Meanwhile, the event producers are taking in all of the profits and watching a lot of other people labor to make the event happen. There's also the guest list problem.
Excuse me, let me through, please. I'm with the DJ.
They'll bring in their friends, they'll eat and drink all of the goodies, they change up the vibes of the event, sometimes they're even really bad guests. Another common model is that we'll just pay everybody the same thing. A lot of you all are probably familiar with this graphic, this idea of equity versus equality. There are some merits to this argument. So for example, a burlesque show where every performer is getting a flat fee regardless of their time, effort, experience, costuming, travel, other things that they've done to help promote the event, put it together. It may look fair on paper, but it doesn't actually reflect the work that was involved in order to make this show happen. Not everybody contributes equally, so paying everybody the same also isn't necessarily fair. The overt ops model ensures that those who contribute more get compensated accordingly. So here's how it works. Everybody who works on an event, before, during, or after, gets paid. Profits are then split into roles. For example, directing, producing, performing, ticketing, bartending, site prep, power setup. Each role or team gets a percentage of the total profits. Members in that role split their percentage among themselves. Now, you can be on multiple teams and get a share from each role that you participate in. And as an optional rule, depending on your circumstances of your event, everybody pays the cover fee, including your performers, DJs, hosts, ticket takers, even the venue owners. No exceptions. So here's an example breakdown. Aaron mows the grass before the event, works the door, and stays for cleanup. Now, in this model, site prep gets 10% of profits. That would be split between two people in this example. Aaron earns $50. Ticketing work gets 10%, split among 4 people. Aaron earns $25. Cleanup gets 10%, split among 5 people. Aaron earns $20. Total earnings for Aaron, $95. Minus the $10 entry fee. This would be $85 in net earnings. Even somebody who checked the door just for an hour can make their entry fee back. After the event, everyone knows how much money is made, where it's going, and who it's going to. People can advocate for fairer splits before the event, not after. This is why it's important for you to have your spreadsheet ahead of time so that you can type in some potential numbers of what things may look like. You need to share your potential profit breakdowns ahead of time in a spreadsheet that I'll provide you a copy of. At that point, you can figure out if you need to adjust your percentages. Again, this is why it's integral to have your spreadsheet done ahead of time.
You must think first, right? Before you move.
The default payout model that you have isn't rigid. Your collective or your organization can modify percentages as needed. Do it democratically if you all have a larger group, or if it's just one of you all organizing. Just be transparent with your people ahead of time, saying, this is what I'm expecting you all to make. Now here's an example of how things may change. Let's say that normally your events are not happening during the height of the summer. But for this event, it is in the middle of the summer. You have 100-degree days that are happening. In our previous example, Aaron only made $50 for site prep, but that summer heat is pretty brutal. And so because it's the summer season, maybe your site prep should get 20% instead of your normal 10%. In order to balance that budget, you can adjust by pulling 5% from your DJs and 5% from your flow artist. And maybe this comes out in the wash because also you're expecting higher ticket sales during your summer months. Now, Aaron is getting a bigger cut. Back to why everybody pays the entry fee. This is optional, but encouraged. It's going to change depending on your event conditions. 1, it creates psychological buy-in. When people invest money in something, they respect it more. 2, this prevents clout trades. No more,
Hey, stupid steroid face, $8. I'm not gonna pay your dumb little cover charge. I'm with the DJ.
and then before you know it, like $200 worth of tickets have walked through the door. 3, everybody financially is contributing to the success of the event. This is a big reason why Over It Ops works, because it prevents the undervaluing of artists and workers. Full stop. It creates collective buy-in. It maintains a flexible, transparent revenue-sharing model. It ensures equitable compensation based on people's contributions to the event. If you helped bake the cake, you deserve your slice. And you can do with your slice what you want. It's your cake. You can eat it. You can give it to others. You could throw it on the wall. You earned it. Back in 2018, during South by Southwest, we had a huge party at this place called Location B. It was a 13-acre property. We had 3 different geodesic domes of DJs from Houston and Dallas and Austin. There was also a 4th dome that we had where I curated a bunch of interactive, immersive art. A lot of my interactive, immersive art friends from the Austin area that I had been coming up with got to showcase a lot of their work. So our DJs, the immersive installation artists, event producers, setup crews, our live painters, and people who are doing Gong Fu Cha style tea service made a few $100s each. People who were always expected to work for exposure actually got paid in cash at the end of the event. There's also been numerous events that I have been running since moving here to Santa Fe, New Mexico, Albuquerque, and Over It Ops is continuing to serve me and to serve the people that I work with and make it so that they want to work with me and my partner again. In conclusion, why you should try Over It Ops. Equitable compensation for labor, valuing the work of your artist and your laborers, transparency for event finances, flexibility to adjust your profit splits as you're setting expectations for the event, democratic decision making, and more importantly, giving your workers autonomy and empowerment to do the work that they are good at. Down in the description is a link to the template. There's like weird formulas and things that are in there. I've also got 2 different tabs. One is a lot simpler and a little bit more complicated. Both of them, if you've got some basic spreadsheet foo knowledge, you should be all right to make the adjustments for your people as you need to. If you try out this model for yourself, please come back and leave a comment, because I really want to know how this is working out for other people. Thank you for watching. Let's change the way that we do business. Like, subscribe. See you next time. Oh, and also this sleeping beast here, this is Makuro. I didn't introduce her last time. Say hi, Ms. Makuro. I'll see you on the next video.